For those of you who are in Grace who are completing the universal report card, that's usually our K-5 or possibly K-4 teachers. This is what your report card looks like. Each report card is a little different based on the grade level. So you will see that it will tell you grade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or kindergarten, so on. This is the front cover of your report card and the back page. And then if you look up here, this is what the inside of the report card looks like. As you can see, there are many boxes to fill in. So it's not just a matter of putting a grade for each of your subject areas, but also showing how the students are growing in their skills in each area. So there are skills for each of the subjects. And in some cases, some of the subjects like language arts, math, and reading have an instructional level that you also need to fill out. So this inside page is all of your different subjects, including their specials. On the back page is a few more classes, and then there's also a section called personal and social growth, along with work study skills. These are not classes that are taught, but these are extra skills that students are growing in and that you are helping them to learn about throughout the day, and those need to also be filled in. At the bottom is showing you the markings that would be used for those skills. And so you will notice that for the skills area, those boxes with each of these skills, you would use the plus sign to show very good, the parentheses that show satisfactory. It also says you can leave them blank. Most people fill in with the parentheses so that parents know that you did look at that and that you have graded that skill or marked that skill. The forward slash is showing improvement, the dash is needs improvement, and the N means it would not apply to this quarter. So you could use that if there is a skill that you did not work on. Those instructional levels, as I mentioned, for those three subject areas, you have a 1, 2, or 3 that you put in. If the student is working at grade level, it's a 2. Below is 1, 3 is above. The lower marking code is obviously what you would put in for grades for your subject areas. For kindergarten through second grade, those are S's and P's. When you get into third, fourth, and fifth grade, they are then letter grades. So let's show you how to mark those skills in Power Teacher Pro. So you're going to go to Power Teacher Pro. And at the top where you can choose your classes, you will have a listing of all the classes that you teach, along with, if you remember, I mentioned those personal growth and work study skills. So when it comes to the subjects such as math, when you go in, you click on that subject area up there. Off to the left, you go to grading and you choose standards. That will bring you up your student list and will show you what their grade is for that trimester. I am in trimester 3 because I am using a test program, and that's what trimester we are set up for. You would want to make sure for the first trimester it says T1. Always important that you are working in the proper trimester. So always look up in the right hand corner to make sure that you are showing the current trimester. It should automatically do that for you, but sometimes it flips over before you finish report cards. So make sure that you go back to those. Otherwise, you might worry that you've lost all your grades. It's just that it may have flipped to the next trimester. So again, here is where you would put your grading in. These first two columns have to do with the grades for the subjects. Then, as I mentioned, each subject area has skills under it. And if you hover over these columns, it will tell you what the skill is that you are marking. Each one of them tells you that. This is where you need to put in those marks that I was talking about earlier. So right here, I have not done the applies problem solving skills. I want to click on the box. I can fill in whichever one is appropriate for that student, or if my list of students, I'm saying all of them are really good at problem solving, I can put the plus sign for the first student, and then I can do the fill, and it will fill all of the rest of the students in and ask you if that's really what you want to do and say, okay. Anytime you fill those in, you can always go back and change that. If I'm like, this student really is only satisfactory, I can change that at any time that I need to. So you would continue filling out the rest of them, and don't forget that if you see the arrow at the end, that means there's more skills to come. And right here is completes assignments on time. When I hover over it, I haven't